Okay. Gain. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Cleo, you want to start? Hello, my name is Cleo Denial, and we have been watching a TV show that Darian Chris has done a fantastic job with, and it's called The Assassination of Gianni Versace. Now, I am a ghoul who understands many, many things. But we have had it like officially up to here with Andrew Cunanan, who was played by Darian Chris, and how he is treating these men. These men have done nothing wrong. I repeat, nothing wrong. And what does Cunanan do? He doesn't care about them. He doesn't appreciate them. He doesn't even care, I don't think. And that makes us very upset. Makes me upset, of course. I don't know about the others. They just don't seem to understand why he is doing this. I think I have several reasons why he might be doing this, like his outcome. But I'm very afraid that the show will continue. Now we're officially almost done with it, thank God. We might continue it, we may not, I'm not sure. But back to the point. The point is, we are so fed up with his behavior. He has killed 5 men. I repeated 5, folks. And one was Versace, Gianni Versace, Donatella's older brother. Then it was Lee Miglin. I don't know the list of my here. Then it was Jeff. Guy he liked, and he ended up liking this guy, David Manson. And then there was this innocent bystander, literally. He just had to say, I need to borrow your pickup truck. And he ended up killing this guy, William, for no apparent reason, just needed a damn truck. So I, Cleo Denial, am very pissed with him. Because clearly he cared about David and Jeff, but ended up treating them like shit and killing them. Because he was jealous over Jeff, so he could have David all to himself. Because his jealousy over him. Basically, so he could have his man all to his freaking self. There are so many things that irritate me about Cunanan. Like, I could begin the list, but it would get annoying. Like, it doesn't even begin to describe my anger towards him. It doesn't describe the pain these families must have felt. These adults, these caretakers of these children, these families, I could begin to go on. The police and FBI, thank God they're doing their job in this show, or else they would have let this mother go free, and that would have been terrible. And thank God they did the job. I think in the beginning they were a little hesitant to do anything, but thank God they are actually doing their goddamn job. So I thank God for that. I think everyone who liked the show and supported Eric Chris for that. But other than that, I do not see why this man had to go end himself. Well, yeah, I kind of do it and he used his own gun because he was going to sit 30 years or hell more for all the shit he did. So there you go. That's the only way out. Take it. I'm done. I'm clean of denial. Peace. And cheer up. Ha, Angel Dust here, boys, gals. Listen, my girl Cleo is right. He is a mother. He doesn't care about these men. He just thinks, oh, I could go off them all, la la la, and not care. For this one guy, David, let's see, actually had some feelings for him. Hell, he invited all his men to a birthday and to a group photo with them. What was all shit about? Like, he was actually cuddling with the men, caressing the men. Hell, he has a girlfriend, I think she's a friend, whatever, named Lizzie, who actually might care about, and this guy Andrew that he likes, or likes him or doesn't like him, vice versa. And he treats him like shit. Even Lizzie treats him like shit. Well, she could take it, and so Andrew could take it too. But besides the point, he treats everyone he knows like shit, treats the guys, the fellas like shit, so he get off them off. I used to be part of the mafia, me being gay and all, that is wrong 100% in my book.
I'm looking for the kitchen garbage bag.
I don't have any down here.
You don't have any. There's none in the kitchen either. I just had to take the garbage out because it was overflowing. And there's none under the sink.
I'll take a look, okay?
Huh?
I'll take a look.
There's none under the sink, but you can when you come up. Take a look. I'm going to look over here, see if they're underneath the sink.
Anyway. Sorry for the emotion interruption, everyone. Look. I don't know what's going on with that guy. I think he has several problems that could be solved by therapy, a ton that could be solved by therapy. But I don't think it's going to help the guy. I think his problems are just going to increase, till, like Cleo said, he's going to off himself with his own gun. Now, I know about a lot about people that have several problems because they have their AIDS or their HIV, crap like that. But it doesn't mean you off them off for whatever reasons you have. You know, like he could have treated David better, could have treated hell a lot of them better, but he chose not to because of his own anger and his aggression. He tried to love, but he couldn't because he was heartless. That's my saying, because I used to be heartless myself when I was in the mafia, but I realized I have a heart. I have something in here that he will never have. That's my saying, I'm sticking to it. Angel out, hun. Angel, that was spoken beautifully. Hi, Catty Noir here. Listen, I feel for what Cleo and Angel are saying. He has no heart. He has no consideration for any of those men. I don't know why anybody would make him into an escort for these men when he can't even handle a damn relationship. I don't understand it. I have zero clue why Gianni Versace would invite him to a opera and then meet him back afterwards for drinks when he was just going to off him off in the end. I don't know why, Johnny. I don't know why, boy. You know, I don't know why Lee liked him. I don't know why any of these guys liked him. Oh, wait, he had charisma. He had this. He had that. Well, think about it for a second, if you will. He had nothing going for him. That's why you said he had nothing. He had no love life. He had no nothing. He opened up as a character and said that. He literally opened up. He wasn't hiding it. He wasn't faking it. No. He knew he wasn't nobody. Everybody kind of knew it on the side, and he wasn't going to get anywhere. And plus, saying that he had a college, not really a college career if he did, and saying he had to get a part-time job, literally working in a Walgreens or a Bell's Pharmacy, whatever it was back then. So it was Maine. So basically, he had nothing really going for him over at his little college or training school and working part-time at a Bell's Walgreens.
No white garbage bags down here either.
I'll help you when I get upstairs, okay?
Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem. He had really not much going for him besides a part-time job whenever he was doing with school. So that's how sad he was. That's what his mindset was. So I don't care what he's saying. I don't care about him as a character. I used to care, as him as a character and as an individual. But now that I really watched the show, because my first time actually Catty Noir watching it, others have watched it before, thinking that, oh my God, he did that to all those men and that he didn't even care or apologize to the families. That's called how heartless individual he was. That's called he didn't care what happened to the men or to his families or he had girlfriends on the side. These men, probably they did if they were gay. For Lee Miglin, he had a wife. He didn't go apologize to his wife and tell him what the reasons that he did for his actions. No. He didn't care about any of these people if they had wives or children. No. Or if they didn't have families. No. Didn't give sympathy once. That's my brand on Andrew Cunanan. Thank you. Abby. That's one. I am Abby Balmander, and I am outraged with Cunanan. Not with these men. They had nothing to do with this bullshit. It was all on Cunanan, his evil, misleading plans. You just see because it's a pretty face and a nice set square, good looking, you think he can manipulate you and he just tricks his lies and deceiving. Jeff was right on the freaking money. All of them were. But David fell for it. All of the men fell for it. And basically, what did they do? Lie and get killed for believing him. That's for believing him, folks. They believed him with no problem. That's what they did. And that's the big kahuna. They believed him. He was the big cheese. Everybody believed him, including his friends. They believed his bullshit lies. You know, a lot of people I don't think did. Saying, I'm going out with Johnny Versace. You know, we're going to go see the opera, and then he's going to drive me for drinks later. I can't believe his friends bought that. You know, maybe Lizzie did, maybe the rest of them did. But then again, you didn't know what's going to happen after, did she? No. So, basically, he is a lying, cheating bullshit. Well, dog shit, whatever. Yak shit, whatever they use these days. You know, basically, in my country, there's a word for it, but I won't say it on YouTube. I will definitely not. Basically, it is so sad to watch these men die. When they have families, everything going for them. Even the ones that don't have families, they live with their parents. Or don't live with their parents anymore. It's like they doesn't care about these men or what they did for them or if they cared for them. No, because David, he wanted to marry, but they pretty much know why he wanted to marry him. They have some actual support. But if he wanted it, if he did want it, we will never know what he wanted out of David. Maybe just a good shot. We will never know. But that's what bothers me about this whole thing. He didn't even care for David. None of these men actually gave a damn for. Because I don't think he knew how to love. I don't think he ever cared about anybody besides his mother or himself. If he did care for his mother or father, where are they? I think they're all around, but also his father on his little boy toy, as Konana put out. And his mother still cares for him. But the problem is just clueless to stop Ruckus Spraga. That is my point. That is my speech. Would anybody like to add anything else? My girls and myself, just want to finish my last thought, are outraged with Andrew Cunanan. I am so sad, so frustrated and angry what happened to all those men. Those men, those individuals, did not deserve the bullshit they went through. So shout out to all those families, all those men that went through hell because of Andrew Cunanan. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to them because you didn't deserve it. Where you are now, you're probably better off without that asshole. Peace and good night. Love you all.